Hello and happy Monday. So this Monday we have a question that comes from Michael F. So Michael F writes, "Hey Marie, I love Monday with Marie." Thanks, Michael. So my question is, the team is having a conflict with the direction we need to go with the client. How do we resolve this conflict without bringing the client into the conflict? Great question. So it sounds like there's an internal struggle with the direction that the team needs to take with this client. First off, gather the team together and actually discuss it. Sometimes we do these things in the workplace where we have these cluster meetings, right? As opposed to bringing everyone together and sitting down and discussing exactly what is going on. Now, when you go into the discussion, a couple of rules. First rule of the discussion, and you need to set those ground rules, is that you talk to everybody. Okay, so how are we going to create an atmosphere where we will be able to have this conflict, to really hash it out, and then to commit, which is the key point, to commit to a solution that we will all commit to. So it's discuss and commit. So when we are client facing, once we have agreed to a solution, we will be all in on committing to that solution. So you get everyone to verbally agree to this out loud. And then what you begin to do is that you give enough time for people to really dig into what it is that they are for or against, or what the issue is. You give people that time. Now, if you have people in the room that tend to be more quiet and reflective and not really speak out during a meeting, you could have a bit of a sort of working together alone, where you would take post-it notes and have people write out either their question or their concern on the post-it notes, and then have each person go to the wall, post that on the wall, and actually verbalize what the concern is without anyone else interjecting. So that person has that opportunity. Then, once you've verbalized all of that, in order to decide which objection or concern you're going to address first, you could have people vote on that, where everyone gets up, takes their voting dot, and then they can vote on what they would like to discuss first, and then have that discussion. The thing with the most votes has the discussion. Now, that's one way to do it if you're in a situation where you have some voices that are always loud and others who never speak up. Now, if you don't have that situation, you have a situation where people are very open to speaking up, and that's not a problem, then you don't need to do the sticky note voting method of working alone together. You could just simply have the discussion. Now, the person that needs to facilitate that is not the leader of the team. You need to assign a facilitator, a neutral party. It could be someone outside of the group that will just facilitate the conversation. The leader will not speak at all during the conversation. Your job, Michael, as the leader, is to listen, because at the end of the day, you are the decision maker. And so you just need to listen. You don't need to show any sort of emotion that you're for or against one point of view. You just need to listen and ask questions. And those questions is what we call those curious conversation questions, where your questions are based in curiosity, not necessarily in direction, so that you're not trying to guide the conversation with your questions, that your questions are truly based in curiosity. So they're clarifying questions. They're questions that are created to have people think. That's how you begin that whole process. Now, once the group has come to where you've made a decision on where we're going to go, you're going to get everyone's agreement to it. And the agreement doesn't mean that I think this is the right direction. It's, I may not agree with this, but I have at least said why I don't agree with it. And I'm committed to move forward with this solution in front of the client and show the client that I am committed to this, which means we don't back talk the solution like, oh, the team decides to do this, so I'm going to do this. We don't do that. We just go in with the commitment of that solution. Michael, I hope that helps. That's just a quick one. And so I will see you guys next week for another Monday with Marie. Bye for now. Have a great